And now Arnold Scott for AFGE.
Good afternoon, everyone. As an ex-federal employee, a disabled veteran, and a union member, I'm mad as hell. The fact that this administration, which is made up of billionaires, has did an all-out attack on federal workers is a disgrace. These employees are dedicated workers, and they just want to be able to serve you, the taxpayers, without all of the politics. They are your next door neighbors, they're your church members, they're your friends. How about these same billionaires paying their taxes? When they cut the number of employees at various agencies, actually what they're doing is they're cutting the services that the taxpayers get. When you cut the VA, you cutting the veterans. I mean, you want to stand up and you want to talk about how you support the veterans, and then you want to cut the veterans. When you cut them, that translates into this taking longer for them to receive the services that they're entitled to. When you cut education, you hurt our kids. No more grants. You kill the Head Start program, and no more programs for disabled kids. I mean, once again, it translates into cuts for us. When you try to privatize the Postal Service, you affect our mail deliveries, and the cost goes up. It doesn't make things better for the taxpayers. It only benefits those billionaires that might get a contract. And it's the same for TSA. You know, when you contract out and you take away collective bargaining rights from TSA, what does that do? Nothing to make travel safer for the American public or those of us who fly. I want to end this by telling you a story. But first of all, I need to tell you what agencies AFGE represents. We represent every federal agency within the federal government except for the Postal Service and the IRS, which is 800,000 federal workers. I want to end by telling you about an employee who was a probationary employee that had an exceptional rating, and she was terminated. She was terminated, and in her termination letter, it says she was terminated for poor performance. And she had an exceptional rating. When she went to apply for unemployment, she was told that they couldn't give her unemployment because they didn't have any paperwork to show that she had been terminated. So she went back to HR and she tried to get some paperwork to show that she was terminated, and they told her they couldn't give it to her because they didn't terminate her. So then she went to one of the senators, and she asked that senator to help her. And he says, what do you want me to do? No one should have to go through this. Mr. Senator, what we want you to do, we want you to do your job. We want you to represent your constituents, and we want you to defend the Constitution of the United States. That's what we want you to do. Do your job. You know, as an American, and I have to say this, I feel like there's two sets of laws in this country. There's one set of laws for the rich, and there's one set of laws for you and I. And they different because if you or I didn't do something that the judge ordered us to do, we know where we'd be. Why not them? Thank you.